A beer! Oh, look, ants fucking everywhere. Oh, hey, look what I forgot to do. There you go. Cooking! Welcome back to the channel. I'm Billy D. This is Drink Smoke Build, and today on part 4 of the Monte Carlo Safari Gambler 500 Hoopty X build, we're going to be pulling off the side skirts, we're going to be pulling off the rear bumper, cleaning out the trunk, pulling the spoiler off, and getting to trimming the wheel wells front and back to make the tires not bottom out. We probably won't get to the roof rack today or putting the bumpers on, but get to that in episode 5. So let's go ahead and start taking off those side skirts, rear bumper, spoiler, and getting the trunk cleared out. So as I've mentioned in past episodes, I did purchase this car from a local wrecker auction, and it looked like the person that had it before was living out of their car. This is exactly the way that it was when I got it. I have not cleaned it out yet. I have routed through it looking for the spare tire, which isn't there, but this was what was in it when I got it. So we're gonna pull all that out today. We're gonna get through that real quick and then probably toss most of it. There might be some good stuff in there to keep. Oh look, backup camera. An older one. I wonder if it works. Lots of fast food restaurant stuff like condiment packages and yeah, trash. Yeah, I wouldn't be caught dead in those. Trash. Oh look. Oh, empty. Okay, there's a bunch of random ass tools and stuff in here. I am not going to go through it, but I am not going to throw that away because, you know, tools. Look! A beer! Score! I'm not going to go through all this. Obviously somebody's personal effects, so don't know how much of this I'll leave in the video. But, hey look, stereo. Oh hey look, ants. Oh look, ants fucking everywhere. Yay! Well, I went ahead and got the rest of the trunk cleared out, and as you guys can tell, all the junk's out of it. Probably give it a good vacuum. No spare tire, factory jacks there, that's nice. So now the trunk is cleared out and we can move on to removing the bumper and the spoiler. That's the only bolt that's holding it on. There's supposed to be 4 and they've all been removed except for that one. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do that on camera. That's super easy. Just torque that off and pull the spoiler off. The trunk latch for some reason is not latching. Usually on these GM latches, you can flip it with the screwdriver because it got flipped upside down and it'll latch again. Well, this one was flipped, but it did not latch for some reason. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with that because I'm not sure that I'll pass tech if that doesn't latch. Oh, and by the way, I officially registered for the Hoopty Cross this coming weekend in Ardmore, Oklahoma. So after spending 130 bucks on that, and then of course what the camping fee is and whatnot, I'm all in. So I'm gonna be racing unless I can't pass tech. Oh, and I also picked up a helmet. Went to my local motorsports store and got me a Snell approved racing helmet. So pretty stoked about that, and that matte black kind of matches what I plan on painting on the car. All right, you guys, let's crawl under this and take a look at what we're gonna have to do to remove the bumper. So the first thing is there is, I don't know if you guys could see it there, there is a couple of bolts up in here that need to be removed at the back half of the wheel well liner. And then there are, let me crawl under here. There are little plastic pop retainers that you just pry loose with a screwdriver, and I think those and this one here and then the bolts up there are the only things that are holding the bumper on, I think. So let's go ahead and get those popped off. There we go. Got those bottom 4 out. There we go. Oh, hey, look, we've got 5 of those little retainers up here as well. Oh, that one was exponentially easier. That one. And that one. Yeah, a lot easier doing it from the top. And that one's out. Okay, so we got the 5 retainers out here. Don't know if I'm gonna have to get in behind the liner here in the trunk to be able to get the top of this off. I still have to take the bolts out that are in the wheel well. Okay, well, upon further inspection, there are at least 3 of these bolts that you have to pull the carpet back in the trunk. This is what it looked like before. You have to unscrew this little knob right here on both sides and then peel the carpet back, and it exposes those 2 bolts. The only problem is that second bolt's right here. So I know there's at least a 3rd one up in here that I think the only way to get to it is gonna pull this panel off to get to it from above. And to do that, it's gonna be a whole lot easier if I just pull the wheels off. Oh, hey, look what I forgot to do. Break them loose first. Now we can put it in the air. Okay, so now that we've got the first bolt out, I'm not gonna get the rest on camera. We got this one, of course, these 2 over here, and then this side, we'll need to pull the wheel off and pull out the bolts just like we did on the other side. So I'm not gonna do that on camera, but I'll go ahead and get that done, and then we'll yank the bumper off. Okay, all the bolts are out. Now we just need to pop the bumper off and unhook the lights. Little pop clips here on the reverse lights and tag light. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna unscrew the bulbs. That'll work nicely. And now we can pull the bumper off. And there we go. She's free. I will, off camera, pop these little retainers and pull the foam off. Put the wheel back on, and then it's ready to start chopping on the fenders. Okay, so it is the next morning, and we are going to be getting to the side skirts and trimming the fenders. But before we get to that, I wanted to tell you guys about something that I had noticed on the car and pretty much decided that this is what's causing the problem with the mass airflow sensor. Now, as you guys know from my last video, I went to O'Reilly's and they said that it was a injector and a mass airflow sensor that was sending the codes. The injector was unplugged. We fixed that. But the mass airflow sensor has some sort of funky box wired into it, and I couldn't figure out what it was. So I got online, did some research, and I found out that it's this scam product, basically, that's supposed to trick the computer into thinking that it has more air than it does, therefore dumping more fuel into the car. And I think that's why it's running like crap. And it might actually be the mass airflow sensor was harmed by this box. So I'm going to go ahead and show this to you guys, and then I am off camera. I'm going to remove this, clean it up, remove this box, clean up the wiring, reconnect it the way it's supposed to be, and then see if that fixes our rough idle problem. If not, then we'll just go and buy a new mass airflow sensor, and hopefully that will take care of it. Well, I'm not sure if it fixed it or not. It does sound a little better. It didn't struggle to start like it normally does. I didn't do the greatest fix job, as you can tell. But it'll do for now. I will actually go get a whole new plug and leads at some point over the next couple of days before I race it. But the problem that I've been having is the idle, and it seems like it's holding pretty steady, so it sounds better. Doesn't sound like it's trying to die like it would before, but there we go. As you can see, a little bit of hesitation, so maybe I do need to switch out the mass airflow sensor. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get these side skirts off and trim these fenders. So there you have it. We got the side skirt off. We got that wheel well liner pretty much out so that we can proceed to trim. So my plan is because of the fact that the fender attaches here and then all the way up there, and there's nothing in the middle. And I don't like the way that that looks right there, being that it's not exactly in line with the door anymore. That if I were to cut it right here where it was in line with it, I would have this piece flapping, and I don't want that. So my plan is basically right here at the end of this tip where this line has been painted from the really crappy spray job. I am going to cut that right across right there on both sides, and then to open up the fenders, I'm going to cut along here about 1 inch all the way, and I'm going to do that on both sides. So let's go ahead and get to that now. So here you go. Yeah, not the prettiest job ever, but I think she'll do. I'll use a wire wheel to clean up the edge and then stick something over it to protect it, or stick something over it to protect myself and others. And then we'll finish cutting this piece off down here. Then we will drop it, do the back and the other side. you have it. The driver's side has been cut. Now it's not complete. I still have a lot to clean up back here. I cut a little far in and hit the pinch weld, but it's not all the way around, just in that spot. So I'm gonna hammer that up in there. As you guys may or may not know, I don't weld, so it's just gonna have to stay that way and get hammered up there. I still may take a little more off the top, but then I risk the same thing happening that happened there up here. So the back has been cut. I don't know if you guys saw, but I went ahead and put the fender liner back here because that's where the fuel fill neck is. That made me a little nervous shooting sparks over there, so I put that little fender up there, and that seemed to work just fine. But we got a lot of room there. I don't think we're going to be bottoming out anymore. The front actually turned out really nice. We'll see if we can clean up the back and make it a little bit better. But let's go ahead and hop over to the other side, take a look at that, kind of do like a side-by-side comparison. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing over here, probably in time lapse. Maybe not, maybe we'll do it like this. And just like that, we got the fenders cut, the side skirt off, and we are good to go. And there you have it, boys and girls. The Monte Carlo's fenders are cut, the side skirts are off, the back bumper's off, the trunk is cleaned out, the spoiler's off, and we are this close to being 100% ready to hit the hoopty cross this weekend. In the next episode, we're going to be tying up several loose ends and making sure that we are good to go safety-wise, good to go reliable-wise, and then of course we're going to do some regular maintenance like oil changes, spark plugs, wires, wash, maybe paint before the race. I'd like to, but we'll see. But we'll get to that in the next episode. Much love, you guys. Don't forget, smash that like button, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Billy D, cutting on out of here. Peace.